It's as simple as that. The lives of these people are more precious, more important than keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the prison. And you do not have the power, the strength, the wherewithal to provide security for the people. You are not talking of property. I'm not talking. You don't have. It's as simple as that.
Good evening to you. Currently, we hear what ASARI Dokubo is saying, that Nnamdi Kanu is his brother. Maybe they have seen that time has come for Biafra to get the freedom. They're scared. They want to join the movement currently.
You want to come from behind.
And we see Tom Polo and former president of Nigeria, Jonathan Goodluck, having secret meeting to see how that can come to become reality in Nigeria currently.
Yes, let me just tell you, I think the Niger Delta, the issue of South-South has been a divide and rule stuff actually pushed by Gowon, to make sure that the Igbos are completely disengaged, or fractured, or disembarked, or infiltrated, so that they cannot be able to come together as one. Immediately after the Niger-Biafra war, Gowon did not actually go to the eastern part of the country. He moved to the so-called South-South today, where he went. Even after the war, he had some level of arrangement and meeting with them and all that. At the end of the day, before immediately we seeing abandoned property, we start seeing Igbo no be South no be Igbo, Port Harcourt no be Igbo. We begin to hear all those manner of things, But thank God for the people of Delta State who are still insisting, even at this moment, even though they were more massacred, the Asaba massacre is still there. But you see, these people are saying Delta State, they are purely and still remain Igbo till today. They have never questioned, even though it became very clear. The Delta State, I'm talking about Delta State, go. So what does that tell you? Chukwu Mansogu is an Ephraim man. It's an Igbo man. Forget whether it is region or region no say. No, that's not correct. What is his name? It's Chukuma. So, Gowon's visits after the war to the so-called 12 states he created was what instigated what we are seeing today to a point that say that we will not allow these two regions to actually come together in any form. That if we see them coming together, it means Nigeria will not be able to infiltrate them and take what belongs to their land and use it anyhow. If they are using it for the development of Nigeria, that is ununderstandable. But they use it anyhow, bastardize and pollute the entire Niger Delta Biafra land. And when I see this will say, I look at them, I laugh. Yes! So if ASARI DOKUBO is coming out publicly and start and looking at that angle, say, yes, I and Nnamdi Kanu was his brothers. We can reconcile. I disagree to agree. And he's coming up publicly to say it, that in case of Nigeria think otherwise, the Ijaw man will not declare for Nigeria. The Ijaw man will declare for Biafra because Igbos are their brothers. Yes, he said it very clearly. But if at that level we are now seeing a different fragmentation within the old Eastern region bloc, where they are using political means, poisonous campaign that you are not evil, just to lay hand on crude oil. I think there should, but I like Jonathan. I love Jonathan. Yes, I have always loved Jonathan. I'm not talking about his qualities as a leader, as a president that time, or what he was able, to give out to Nigerians. not minding where you come from. I love Jonathan so much, but Jonathan himself have come to realize that the Nigeria as a nation is still questionable. That Nigeria as a nation can never be allowed to exist the way it is, and that the best option, that if negotiation of unity fails, balkanization becomes an alternative. He said it very clearly that I was betrayed. Who betrayed you? It's not the Igbo. He made it very clearly. Even though we have not had any opportunity to take a shot at the presidency, we supported and gave our respective lives to make Jonathan president of Nigeria against the wish of the Yorubas and the Northerners. We stood for Jonathan. But when it comes to politics and to steal the crude oil, they will tell you a South man is not an Igbo man. But gradually, I must give it to John Asun Tambata from Ikwere for the unification of the Igbo nation that's already, ongoing. So, ASARI DOKUBO, yes, we saw the secret meeting. We saw the meeting where Tombolo was thoroughly briefed. We had a very good arrangement there, connection and chemistry and understanding. And before that, I remember that Tombolo has actually hosted, top powerful Igbo celebrities and businessmen in the Barabatu Kingdom. Not few months ago. He's signaling that a time will come that the North and the Yorubas cannot be able to question us anymore because we would have conquered the infiltration and divide and rule, above what they think, and we will use it as a block to defend the entire South.
So that takes us to current situation of Nigeria, where insecurity is biting, and we also know coming tomorrow on the 20th of October, someone from Yoruba land have taken the hunt by himself that he is going to come out boldly without no fear that there's going to be freedom for Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you for that question, because a lot of Igbos are not comfortable with the way someone is actually pushing for that protest, and whether he's working for the government or not. That's not my business. But my business at this point is to question the rationale why a judge in Nigeria could not be able to declare or issue a court injunction, a spotted injunction on the issue that has to do with protest right inside the sitting court premises. Back my word, sitting court premises. Why is it that it's only when he entered his chambers that he now issued a court injunction, triggering a certain angle, fear within the circle of the Nigerian military? And what we're hearing, that maybe Bola Ahmed Tinubu, reportedly went on the ground, or they tried to take some action, like what we saw in Madagascar, what we saw in Nepal. But avoid what is coming. Don't pretend about it. The government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not be pretend over what Nigerians are going on at this point in time. Don't pretend over it. There's no need of pretending. The injustice is too obvious. Do not come and put Nnamdi Kanu. That Nnamdi Kanu issue has become an embarrassment to the Nigerian government, has become a global issue, and that the people felt that they are no longer in the government. They are no longer belonging to a system that called themselves a country where they belong, and therefore it triggered a military coup against Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu hand, no day there. Nigerians are going through 99% air. You must understand that. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is not a smiling thing. It is no longer suffering and smiling. Okay? We are crying in the midst of suffering. Transformation does not come just by mere statement of appeal. transformation comes as a result of the people you put on the structures of activities and organizations to put themselves to work, implement the policies and fix it. I always say it that the problem of Nigeria has always been leadership. It is the leadership that man the institutions and structures of democracy. And you can see, you factored all the Lagos boys around and everything. Nigeria is sinking on daily basis. And every time you see this thing, there's already a rumor that their government can be toppled at any time. I pray there is not an Igbo man that is going to become the military head of state at the end of the day. So that the Yoruba man will not tag an Igbo man. He is the problem. He is the one. Another example, no. So I want to see if an Hausa man overthrow Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then whether the Yorubas are going to declare war or fight them at the end of the day, just like what they are saying. Then they will now know when it becomes very fighting on the Yoruba side. They say, I want Nigeria to disintegrate. Where are they now? They have all gone underground. And let me just put it very clearly to somebody. I am not against whatever you feel you can do. After all, Nnamdi Kanu actually advocated for your release when you were captured too by the system. Nnamdi Kanu called for your release. Nnamdi Kanu protested that you should be released. Not only you, we're talking about ASARI. Nnamdi Kanu also contributed, called global attention and movement and attraction to the plight of ASARI as at that time. That is what an Igbo man is, and that's what an Igbo man has always, represented. But Nigeria have seen that a man that was born into freedom has been held hostage just because he wants to be part of Nigeria. That is the resistance the Igbo man is questioning up to this moment. And that is what Sowore actually understands. That the leader, Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, should respect and understand that whatever you are being paid for or you are saying at this moment does not matter when it comes to governance in Abia State. Leave Alex Oti alone. Leave Alex Oti alone. Everybody must not be in APC. APC, to many people, they are still suspicious. It's unfortunate that Alhaji Abubakar Atiku does not want to understand what it means that it is a Southampton, and what Erufai is advocating for is a Southerner to represent Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But if Atiku feel that he can work for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by declaring for APC, then so be it. The Igbo man will not die. And very dark man should respect himself too. Very dark man should respect himself too. If you want to do business, go to China. Don't disturb anybody. Don't factor rubbish into it. Go to China, do your business. Must you bring Igbo man factor when we are talking about the most prominent movement in the history of the world? The IPOB movement, the Biafra movement, the most beautiful movement on how to organize and attract solidarity from all over the world to the plight of Nnamdi Kanu, illegal continuous detention. Very dark man, you are talking a different thing entirely. Go out there, do your business. If you like to say one kobo, it's your business. It does not concern anybody. Respect yourself, very dark man. See, I always say it very clearly. We are not in the presidency. We have not benefited anything from Nigeria. The Igbo man struggle and sweat and steam to survive. Respect yourself. If you want to do business, go to China. Nobody's stopping you. Don't involve Igbo. Don't involve tribe. Don't involve personality. Do your own business quietly and get out. That's my take on that.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Mazi Samanepa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samanepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samanepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are waiting to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samanepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Samunepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government, that Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I see that Samunepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Samunepa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC, not just local courts. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of Nnamdi Kanu, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere, and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how CDS Musa would escape it. Let's see how CDS Musa would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgments to sentence Samunepa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses, rather underground, supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS is a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow you say that Biafra will not exist. Biafra will exist. No matter how you tend to hold it, Biafra would exist the country. No matter how you tend to keep it, Biafra would exist this country. And I am sure that Nnamdi Kanu and Samunepa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please can you like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.